Hey everybody, this is Kenny. Welcome back to the Sports on the Positive Tip podcast. I'll be joined by Kenny Squared, my partner, in just a bit. This is where we have conversations at the intersection of sports and faith. And today we've got inspiration as well, as we got to speak to Chief Inspiration Officer and founder of Inspiring Company, also an author, Bart Jenezon. Bart is going to talk about the inspiration canvas and things that inspires him and that I promise will inspire you. You don't want to miss this. Let's get at it. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Sports on the Positive Tip podcast, where we have conversations at the intersection of sports and faith. I'm joined by Kenny Squared, my son, and we have a phenomenal special guest with us this afternoon. And I'm just going to introduce him, and I'm going to turn it over to Kenny, and we're going to get rolling with some questions because we're both really anxious to hear about his journey, and we know it's going to be inspiring for you. So, Chief Inspiration Officer, I love that title, by the way, and founder of Inspiring Company, author Bart Jenezon is with us this morning. Bart, welcome to the podcast. How you doing?
Yes, here I am. Absolutely grateful to be part of this. Thank you so much for this energizing introduction. It makes me proud. I'm here for you.
Oh, my pleasure. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Kenny. He's got a couple of questions to start you out with, and we really just want to hear about this amazing things that you are doing.
Yeah, I just want to start out with, what's your story like? What is the journey that you've been on, and I want to about why you do what you do?
Yeah, thank you so much for questioning, and it's super important to always start with why. So to give a short introduction about myself, I'm 49 years old. I live in the Netherlands, Metropole Amsterdam, and I'm married with my lovely wife. We have a beautiful daughter, but I've been an entrepreneur already for 22 years, and that's a long journey. I was involved in 7 businesses, founder of 3 of them, and I can say that was a hell of a ride. I love them when I look back, but to be honest with you, it took me quite some time to find my rhythm and to find my calling, and it's my calling to be of a kind of value, to be supportive to other people instead of creating all kinds of stuff. And nobody's actually looking for that. So that's important for me. It was an eye-opener, and it started, I think, 10 years ago that I transformed and more looking inside myself instead of outside oriented, to think of an inner feeling, think of what is the meaning of life, and I try to live that way. So thank you for questioning, and hopefully it's a little bit clearer now.
Yeah, so it seems like you have a lot of experience with, especially particular in the business world. What would you say is the moment that you really feel like you kind of recognize my calling? Was there circumstances that kind of launched you into that?
I'm not sure I've got the complete question. The internet connection at your place is a little bit somehow turbulent.
Cut out?
I think I got it.
Yeah.
I think I got it. Yes. So, I had my ups and downs. So, and I like to share also my weaknesses and my losses and failures and setbacks, because I think a lot of people can learn from that. And also, I think a lot of humans need to learn to speak up about your losses. And I know same thing with sports is if you step on the field, you must be aware that there are 2 competitors, but you only can play that game if you respect the other, and if you respect each other, and also if you win with 5-0, or depending on what game you are in, you always need to be grateful that the other party was on the field and that you were able to play that game. So I think that's really important.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, you answered that perfectly. That's awesome, and what an inspiring journey that you have. So I'm anxious to find out about what your company does, and I'm anxious to find out about the inspiration canvas. I watched a couple of the videos, but I'm not going to give it away. I want you to describe it. But what exactly does your company do?
Yes, all righty. Now here we go. I founded the company 8 years ago, and in the beginning it was more like a transformation. Try to be supportive as a creative consultant. Like I said, I was involved in a couple of other companies, and somehow I lost my energy, I lost my focus, and so I was changing my life, and I changed it to the Inspiring Company. So in the beginning, it was the Inspiring Company. It was, I think, the same thing with Facebook. In the beginning, it was the Facebook Company, and but because of some advice from other people, I changed it to Inspiring, and later on to hashtag Inspiring. And at the beginning, and that is really 10 years ago, I already had the domain name Inspiring, One-Spiring, written with a one. And in the beginning, I was a little bit of pity because I would like to build my company on the Inspiring domain name with, yeah, how you are writing the verb inspiring. But there was a guy, and you probably know him. His name is Barack Obama. He was running campaign at inspiring.com. So, yes. Yeah, I was thinking about, oh no, what should I do? Change my name or now? And I came to the simple and really cool solution for that. I changed the first letter to number one. And in everything what I do, I try to communicate the number one. And also when I support small business owners and entrepreneurs all over the world, I say to them, okay, what's your number one? What is the highest priority for you? What is it what you are living for? And that's the kind of roadmap to them. So back to the question, back to my services, I transformed my company from a creative consultancy to a training company. And during the pandemic, it was the third crisis I was into. And in England, they say 3 times is a charm. So on the one hand, I was thinking, oh no, I'm going to die now, or I'm completely lost. But somehow, with one of my largest and most appreciated customers, I changed my business and I changed it into a digital approach. So I'm facilitating a digital support program. It's we are an entrepreneurial support organization, and we are facilitating startups and entrepreneurs all over the world to level up and support them with training, coaching, and support. So that's basically what we have to offer.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I love the backstory that you shared there, Bart. Go a little bit into this inspiration canvas, because I think that what you do is so much more. You're looking for folks to build from the inside out, and I love that approach where, you know, it was hard for me to find anywhere where you talked about, hey, you want to build your revenue and everything like that. You're really more focused on the individual and inside out. And that inspiration canvas, I'm going to try that this afternoon after watching a few of the videos. But please describe that to everyone that's listening now, what that's all about, and what was your inspiration behind that?
Yeah, I would love to. I already shared my story in a way of that it was not a quick win or super successful from the beginning. It was a long ride. It was a search. It was hard work, and still I'm actively working a lot of time each day to move on, to build the company and try to get more impact and support more people. So in my search, in my struggle, in my surviving, I was addicted to reading all the books you have behind you. So I was trying to figure out, okay, what is the secret sauce? What is the formula? And the books, the library closet in my house became bigger and bigger and fuller. And so sometimes I wrote I read the book in one day because, yes, maybe this is the solution. And then I came to a kind of insight that it doesn't have to be so complex and difficult. You need to find a kind of simple overview for yourself. You need to be sure that you are aligned with what you have in mind. So because of reading, because of enthusiasm and curiosity, I was sometimes looking outside of my head in the open field, on the internet, on all the resources that are available for you. But somehow I lost the connection. Okay, what is the deeper meaning? What is the essence of it all? So I brought it all back together. And in the beginning, it was like a summary of all the management books. But then I came to the conclusion that if I somehow start publishing that or promoting that it's the same kind of cup of tea like all the others. So I switched back and I cut out all the crap make it super short and simple. And now it's a pocket guide. It's 100 pages and 50% is fully visual oriented, because I think the next generation is more visual oriented. And it's a kind of pocket guide, but it's completely aligned with the more well-known theories from Steve Blank, from Oysterwalder, Eric Ries, and Simon Sinek. But it's a simple and short overview. And I promise to the people who are taking the advantage of the inspiration canvas that you have it in 1 hour. So in 1 hour, you have an outline of your business plan. And if you spend a little more time on it, then I guarantee that by the end of the day, you have a complete business plan available. And with that in mind, you have all the time in the world to execute your dreams. And instead of reading all the books and spending and writing all the time to try to accomplish the paperwork, what's never ever going to achieve or execute it. So that's the most important thing, to bring it all back to a simple framework where you can actually execute the dream. And then you can use it if you found the rhythm, and if you got the dots connected. You can generate your output in a slide deck for presentation purposes, or you can write down a more extended version for your business plan. And in all things, you need to prioritize, okay, what is my next step? What is the action plan? And it's all covered in that framework, the inspiration canvas, powered by Inspiring.
Yeah, love it. Love it. Wow. Ken, I'll turn it over to you. Hopefully your connection's a little bit better.
Yeah. So there's a few things that really stuck out to me. But I think one of the biggest things is you talk about businesses trying to find like the one thing that's the most important thing to them. What would you say is the most important thing to you? Not just you, but also your business.
Yeah, I like fairy tales and I like storytelling, and I think storytelling is story selling. So let's start with a short fairy tale. But inspiration is like love. So you cannot buy it, and it takes two to tango. So it's super important that you find a way to connect with other people and to connect with yourself. So I recently advised by a creative educator from the US. His name is Michael Magrucci, and the guy said, yeah, you are offering a kind of interface. It's like a talking stick, how you are able to manage and capture the information. So it gives people the opportunity to actually get on the same page. And it's super important to be on the same page, because if you are on the same page, you can move forward. And if you really don't have a clue what the other is saying, it's the same thing it was with my marriage years ago. I'm very happy I realigned with her, but you need to be on the same page. So you can say, okay, let's move forward, or let's move backwards, or let's say high five and split up. So that's the secret, I think, for the work is that it's really helpful to get an alignment with people with a clear message. It's not only purpose, it's purpose and profit. It's a dance between that. That's maybe the tango, the dance between purpose and profit.
Love that.
Yeah. And what would you say is probably the biggest hang up for people? Do you think it's more the purpose side, or do you think it's more the profit side?
I think with my first company, I was only focusing on the money. And if you're only profit oriented, then it doesn't make sense. Later on, I was too much focusing on purpose. But if it's only purpose, it could be better social work. So the best thing is if you can combine it, then you can have the maximum impact. So I think the maximum impact is the best way, to live your dream, to help more people, and in that way, to be successful. So I think that's the most important thing. Inspiration is the thread of the work. So you need to bring people together to get that insight. What was the question, Kenneth? I forgot.
I think you answered it though, but go ahead, Ken.
Okay, alrighty.
Yeah.
Just kind of, where do you think people struggle?
Oh yeah, that was the question. Thank you so much, Kenneth. Yeah. The most struggle for small business owners and entrepreneurs is that they are lacking paying customers. So revenues are always the revenues are missing somehow. The effect of having too little revenues is that there is a little cash flow, or there is not enough money in the house. So it's important, and that's also basically, I think, a main part of the program is that we're going to actually work on customer development. So we follow Steve Blank with the Startup Owner's Manual, with customer development, transform the business from problem solution to product market fit. So customers are the best way also to fund your company. Instead of selling your equity, it's better to get more customers outside. So you need to be disciplined to go out and find those paying customers. So that's, I think, the most important struggle and survival of the fittest for every entrepreneur. But before you can go out, if you are only focusing on the financial part of a sales transaction, you completely missing the connection with your potential buyer. So you need to be aware of, okay, what is he or she looking for? And that has to be aligned with what you would like to contribute in life. So yeah, and that took me, I think, 15 years. So to get that insight. Because in the beginning, I was also working for an interesting new Mercedes or for more money, or I would like to be rich and famous. But I can say it's better to be not famous. It's better to be unknown. And you can spend the time in tranquiloness and enjoy whatever is happening. So that's really the struggle. And maybe next to that, and that's what I'm communicating most recently, time is, I think, the most limited resource. So we need to be aware of our time, and we need to spend it in the right way with the right people, and then take it from there.
Yeah. Wow. I love all that. That was really, really clear, and I love all that. Hey, let's, while we have a couple more minutes, let's transition and talk a little bit of football. But through the beauty of technology, you're in Amsterdam. I'm in New York. He's in Cleveland. And so I've always been intrigued by this. And Kenny, maybe you have more specific questions, but I've always been intrigued about how big football, which we call soccer here, is there in other countries in Europe and worldwide and South America. It is just unbelievable. Whereas at here, not so much. I think that, some of the professionals teams do okay. But why do you think football there has just caught on so great, especially over the last 10, 20 years or so? Why is it so big there and not so much here?
Yeah, I think probably it's something to do with culture. Yeah. And culture is, it takes a long time to change. And but it's possible, it's doable. And so we had American football here years ago. And I think there is an Ajax office in New York. I'm not sure, but I think they opened the store there just to have some presence. Yeah.
Yes,
and,
in the city. Yes, New York City.
Yeah. So back to the question. I think it takes time, and I know that you guys in the US are working hard on it. I think David Beckham, because he's living in LA, is working hard on it, and I think he has a good budget for it together with his wife. So that's also super important. Yeah, the budgets are maybe a little bit different, but I think also Biden said something about the football game during the last World Championship, that there was a match between the US and the Netherlands. And he wished everyone a good game or something like that.
It's amazing how big it is, and the passion is just amazing. Ken, what do you got?
I was gonna kind of ask something along the same lines. What was the feeling like there during the World Cup? Because obviously the Netherlands lost to Argentina, which they ended up winning the whole thing. But what was like the overall feeling and like the atmosphere, particularly around like this last World Cup season?
Yeah, I think they always say orange is the color of insanity, and the people from Holland, they have the name the Orange. Yeah, we are the Orange, and the Orange is the last name of our royal family. And it's the House of Orange. So normally, people are excited about the football, and everyone's wearing orange clothing, and we go out and celebrate outside. It's really crazy. But somehow also because of the tournament, was in this country, it was there was already a little mixed feelings. even my daughter had at school classes and workshops about it, because there were a lot of people. There are a lot of people has died because of building the stadiums and that kind of stuff. So it was already a little different. It was already a little different that it was during winter season or high summer season in the hosting country. So yeah, but later on during the tournament, speaking for our country, yeah, we became a little better. But this was not, I think, our tournament or something. And I think I'm very happy for Messi that he won the game. I think he deserved it. Yeah, he's a really great player. And so for me, amen to that. And let's move to another topic. Yeah.
Yeah, the passion is amazing. The announcer crying, right? Argentina, and he's crying. It's amazing, the passion around it. Bart, this has been fantastic. And I want to just give before we wrap up, I wanted to make sure that we ask you how people can get in touch with you and how people can buy your book. We'll post it all over the place, but we definitely want you to go ahead and say that for a few seconds. How can people get in touch with you and utilize your services?
Yeah, no, thank you so much for offering. It's not my first primary reason to be here. I would like to pay it forward and inspire the world a little bit. But yeah, at inspiring.com, written with number 1 at the beginning, there are all free resources. People can download the book. There is a playbook available for free. If they would like to connect, they can sign up for a newsletter, or they can sign up for in any other way. I will always get those messages, and we will reply to that. I'm actively involved at LinkedIn. People can connect with me at LinkedIn. I will always accept those invites. And there are some free resources available. And yeah, if you really would like to book, then you can go to Amazon. Morgan James is my publisher. He's also from New York. I'm pretty close with the founder, David Hancock, and he's supporting me in promotion and supporting me in all kinds of gigs. I'm learning to pay it forward. I'm still a little shy on sharing it with the world, but I'm learning by doing as well. So yeah, it's all fine. So at inspiring.com, people can get a free copy of the playbook. The playbook will help you to write your inspiration canvas in 1 hour and your business plan in 1 day. And that's, I think, then the proof of the pudding is in the eating. So let's get started and let's get back to work.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Love it. Awesome. Bart, thank you so much. This has been as inspiring as I thought it would be. And you are absolutely an inspiration. And thank you for your energy. Thank you for everything you shared with us today. Just can't wait to connect with you again. And I can't wait to see if I can get a picture of my canvas and send it to you one day soon. I love it.
You're welcome. I would love to help you out. We can schedule a call and I'll pay extra attention to it. So
okay. All right. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Kenny, take us home.
This is Kenny Squared
and Kenny and Bart
with Sports on the Positive Tip. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All righty. Let's stay in touch, guys. Keep it up. Keep on swimming.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Take care.